All right, grab a space. If you have a wall space, that's the best because it's going to give you extra support and it's used as a prop in all kinds of ways. So find a non-slippery surface. Begin by spreading the legs wide. We're going to kick the heels out. You can have a bolster for later. Okay, so heels kicked out. You can bend the knees to get into this. Pigeon toe. And already that's opening the back of the hamstrings. We want to untangle, lengthen the back of the hamstrings. And now it's going to start toning this outer hip. So release your outer hip to your inner groin. And we want to soften and release that inner groin, rolling it towards the back of the thigh. So you'll feel a whole entwining of the pelvis, of the hips, of the glutes, and it's going to activate muscles you haven't used before as you start to find what is this inherent blueprint, this entwining. So all kids do it naturally. We're born with this. We just lose it with life, with walking, with sitting, with athletics. So open, open, open. Use your hands to open the backs of the thighs. And what that's going to do is it's going to naturally tone those glutes, open the backs of the thighs. It's going to stabilize the muscles around the sacrum. It's going to lengthen the muscles in the legs, creating more space in the knee joints. And then slightly micro bend. This is your inner knee. You want to release the inner knee towards the outer knee. So you're making more space. Good. And feel that toning that happens in through your glutes and through your hips. So make sure your feet are on the same plane. Make sure one isn't an inch or a half an inch in front of the other. Your stance is wider than you're used to. So eventually, if you were to drop a plumb line from your wrist to your ankle, that's how wide your stance would be. So I would need to go 3 inches wider to get there. Just work your way there. Okay, so continue opening. And as you get this entwining, it starts to re-engage your core. Hi. Yay, TC. How's it going? Good to see you.
Good as well. I'm good. How's everybody else? How are you?
We're doing good. We just
Good.
popped in early.
Oh, did you? Okay. What, like too early? Like you about to
No,
end?
no. We're just
Oh, okay,
starting.
okay. Okay.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you. You as well.
Okay. So we're legs wide, heels kicked out, toes pointed in, and we're taking our hands to open the back of the thigh. So we're remolding, re-sculpting the skin, the muscle, the tissue. And we were learning all the different things that this does. It's from head to toe a difference, from more space in the knee joint to more space in the vertebra of the spine, to toning the hips, the glutes, stabilizing the sacrum. And we were working on getting that wider stance. You can go a little bit narrower if you need to get the actions, but ideally from wrist to ankle if you dropped a plumb line is how wide you want that stance. So keep actively opening the back of the thigh. You're gonna have to use your mind's eye, your imagination, your body awareness to get this action. And if at first you can't find it in your body, you just start by imagining it, and then it will translate. You'll build those neural pathways. Open the back of the thigh. Now get the weight on the outside edges of your feet. So pressing downwards. And then your inner arches, your inner ankles are lifting up towards the ceiling. So let's integrate everything. Start by extending through the crown of your head. Lengthen, extend to the ceiling. Open the backs of the thighs. It's going to change the entire pose in your relationship and coordination throughout the whole body. Good. Open, 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 open. And as you're opening the backs of the thighs, you want the equal opposing action of drawing the tailbone straight down. So it's never a tuck of the tailbone, it's just a straight downwards motion. And now we want to engage the front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. So engage the muscle to the bone. And it's as though your hamstrings, the front of your thigh is lifting up towards your hips. So find that contraction, that engaging. And your body's already going to start making micro adjustments from the inside out. So the inner hip is adjusting. Good. And then again, imagine that you're spreading the floorboards wide, spreading, spreading, spreading. Your feet are going to start getting fatigued because you're working them in a new way, which is so good. Because again, that buoyancy of your feet translates and amplifies by the time it gets to your neck. So you want that buoyancy. Front of the shin bone to the back of the leg. So front of the leg to the back of the leg, front of the leg to the back of the leg. And that's never hyperextension. So if you're a hyperextender, micro bend your knees. Everyone else, really work on that front of the shin to the back of the leg, front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. Good. So that's going to start making space in your joints. And then that equal pressure in your feet is going to start stabilizing the sacrum. Chest is square with the wall in front of you. Knees are square, thighs are square, feet are level. Good. Now take that extension as you're pretending to spread the floorboards wide. Extend through the top of your head and extend through the tailbone. Good. Smooth breathing. Smooth breathing. I'm just going to mute. I got you. Okay. Beautiful. Now we're going to start bending forward. So you can micro bend the knees if you need to. And you want those toes wide. So press through the mounds of your big toes. Spread all 10 toes wide. And we're addressing the pelvis, adjusting the pelvis through your feet. So press through the mounds of the big toes. Extend through the toe tips. Press on the outside edges of your feet. Lift your inner arches up to the ceiling. And the sit bones are releasing wide, spreading wide. So reach through your sit bones, reach and extend through the top of the head. It's going to tone your entire spine. You should feel on the right side and the left side of your spine muscle ridges and the spine going inward. So the spine should not be protruding. So just train here. Knees are bent, hands are on your hips, heart is lifting, rolling the armpit chest up to the ceiling, rolling the top shoulders down the back, making more length in the neck. So how do we strengthen the cervical vertebra, the neck, through the spaciousness that we're making? So center heart, center sternum, lifting upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. Armpit chest, go ahead, use your thumbs, hook your thumbs underneath your armpits. Pull that flesh, that tissue up towards the ceiling. Roll the top shoulders down the back. Breathing smoothly through your nose. It's a lot more work than you would anticipate. Take a nice deep inhalation and make space through the whole spine. Hands on your hips. Good. Center sternum is lifting up towards your chin. top shoulders rolling down the back. And yes, you're toning your ankles, you're strengthening the Achilles. Center sternum, lifting, lifting, lifting. Okay, if you're able to, you can slowly straighten your legs. And then we're leaning forward. Forward bend. And again, we're rolling from the outside hip towards the front of the thighs towards the inner groins towards the back of the thighs. Open the back of the thighs. Open the back of the thighs. Now again, take your inner knee towards your outer knee, making more space in the knee joint. And finally, tone and lengthen the spine through equal pressure in your feet, pressing into the outside edges, lifting your inner arches. The whole back is going to be on fire toning. So smooth breathing. Anytime the pose is asking more of you than you think you may have, slow the breath, smooth breathing through the nose, which is going to change your relationship with the pose. Soften the face, soften the side temples, soften the jaw, soften the forehead. And that spine is charging, burning. Front of the thighs reaching to the back of the thighs. That's going to make it so much harder. Heart chest opening, so you're getting a mini micro back bend. And then we're going to exhale, press equally through our feet to come upwards. Keeping the heart lifted. So we don't want to lose the pose as we're coming out of the pose. So exhale, come forward again. Equal pressure in your feet. Try and have a full follow through. Pressure in your feet, pressure in your feet, pressure in your feet, spreading the floorboards wide. Front thigh to the back thigh. Slowly coming up, lifting the heart. Coming up, coming up, coming up. Equal pressure in the legs. Did anybody lose their legs or one leg let go? Last time. We're just going to clean it up. Sit bones spreading wide, bending forward, heart opening. Press on the outside edges of your feet. Exhale, equal pressure in your feet. Muscle to your bone on both legs. Keep the coordination between both legs. Front of the leg reaching towards the back of the leg. On both legs equally. Good. So that's really where the training is coming in and out of the pose. Okay, gently, slowly walk your feet together, ankles together. So that's strengthening full body coordination, and it's loosening up, creating more freedom in the joints. So right leg forward, left heel back. And if you're by a wall, if you're by a chair, by a table that you can hold on to for stability, that's great. So the toes are slightly kicked out in that back foot towards the wall behind you. Right foot, front foot, toes are forward. Hands on your hips. Even this is great balance work. It's going to create that coordination throughout the ankles, the knees, the hips, every vertebra in the spine, the neck, the shoulders. And again, you can always hold onto a wall, hold onto a chair, hold onto a table for that stability. So we're going to find the mounds of our big toes, the ball of the big toe. Press through the mounds of your big toes. Press through your inner heel as though you're reaching through the floor with your inner heel. All 10 toes spread wide. We want to develop the ankles, the tendons, the Achilles. Heart lifting, heart lifting, heart lifting, heart lifting. Top shoulders rolling down back. So the tops of your shoulders, the trapezius, are rolling down the back, chasing down towards the glutes, glutes chasing down towards the heels. See if you can find more lift in the center sternum, upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. And again, soften the jaw, release the side temples, collarbones spreading wide. Good. Front of the knee is releasing to the back of the knee. Again, if you're a hyperextender, micro bend. We want to create strength where we're overly flexible. Create flexibility where we're overly strong. So this is a lot of work in the feet and the ankles. Chest is square, face is square with the wall in front of you. And now if you have the balance, exhale, palms are going to come together, so palms are touching. Exhale, you're going to bring those arms up overhead. And the arms are actually reaching behind your ears, behind your ear hole. So you're trying to take all bend out of the arms, lengthen, and this is going through your entire spine. So you're lengthening your spine and strengthening your spine by lengthening, reaching your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Again, your chest is square, smooth breathing through your nose. Smooth breathing. Smooth breathing. Soften the breath. Soften the center brow. Tone and engage the legs as strong as you can. Tailbone descending to the earth. Side waist lengthening. You're actually toning through all of your organ system, including your nervous system and your spine. Exhale, feet together. Good, so now you're gonna take your left foot forward and your right foot back. Left toes facing forward. Right toes are slightly kicked out to the side. Hands on your hips. Squaring the pelvis, squaring the chest, squaring the eyes, the face, the wall in front of you. Again, find the mounds of your big toes, balls of your big toes. Press. Extend through your toe tips. Extend through your toe tips. Lengthen. Engage the front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. If you hyperextend, micro bend. And now that tailbone is reaching straight down. Reach, 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 which is going to give you more opening and this lymphatic dumping ground in the pelvis. Jaw is soft. Again, hold on to a wall if you need it. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, extend the arms straight up. Reaching the arms behind your ears. Reach through your fingertips. Press to the mounds of the big toes. Reach your inner heels to the floor. Tailbone descending, spine lengthening, finding that coordination throughout the whole body. Smooth breathing. Now just see if you can smooth out your breath to lengthen your spine. So we're releasing tension in the spinal column. Inhale, lengthen. And at the same time, we're building a healthy amount of tension. Exhale, release. Good. Feet together. Right foot forward, left foot back. This time you can widen the stance a little bit more. We're going to bend the front knee, bend the right knee. Again, the left toes are pointing slightly out towards the wall. And here you're trying to get the back of the thigh parallel to the floor. You can hold on to the wall for stability. You can have your hands on your hips. Chest is square. Jaw is soft, face is square, eyes are parallel with the wall. So bending to whatever extent you can today. And we're really gonna work that back leg. So the front of the thigh is releasing to the back of the thigh in your left leg, in your back leg. Smooth breathing, and then inhale, arms up, arms reaching behind you, smooth, soft breathing, tailbone descending, glutes descending, soft face, soft brow, smooth the breath, breathing through your nose, arms behind the ears. This is unbelievable for the legs, the knees, the spine, helping to restore proper form and definition to the legs, to the bones, to the joints. Exhale, release. We're just gonna turn your feet and then turn to the opposite side. So now your left foot's forward, right foot is back. Again, right toes are slightly out towards the wall. Hands on your hips to begin, bend. Have as much length between your stance as you need. Again, trying to get this back of the thigh parallel with the floor, hands on your hips. Inhale, stand up. Arms reaching behind your ears. Back leg charging. Front of the thigh reaching to the back of the thigh. This side is going to tone your lower right back. The other side was toning your lower left back. Chest is square. Find more length in your spine. More length, more length, more length, more length. Smooth breathing. Couple more breaths. It's when you want to come out. If you can calmly, smoothly stay for a few more breaths, that's where the work begins. Exhale. Whew. Use your hands on the wall. Turn your feet towards the wall. Neutral pause. Exhale, turn your right foot towards the wall. Left foot, back foot slightly facing the sidewall. You can do hands on your hips, hands on the wall, or arms straight up. Exhale, bend. Make your stance as wide as you need to get the back of the thigh parallel to the floor on your front leg. Eyes are even, throat is soft. Soften your center brow. And now really draw the outside edge of your left foot, your back foot to the floor. Lengthen, lengthen, extend through the top of the head. Make more space in your spine. Smooth breathing. Again, this is going to help with any imbalances that happen in the legs and the joints from life, from injuries. Helps to rebalance the legs. Exhale, come up, hands to your hips. Other direction. Left foot facing forward. Again, hands either on your hips, the wall, or straight up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend to that 90-degree. And it's funny, you'll think you're there, and then you look in the mirror, look at the screen, and you're like, oh, 4 more inches to go. So get that weight on the outside edge of your back foot. Peek at your pose. See if you're actually there, or if you just think you're there. Arms extending back, smooth breathing. Soften the brow, lengthen the spine. Coordination between the spine and the fingertips. Smooth breathing. When you think you can't hold it another second, Go a few more breaths. Exhale. Voila. Again, toes facing the back wall, heels kicked out, hands on the wall or on your hips. Recovery. If your hands are on the wall, engage the muscle of the underarm to the bone. Good. Okay, third time's the charm. It takes the repetition, because each repetition you get into a deeper place, a new place. Each sequence is an activation. Inhale the arms up. Exhale. Bend. Get the back of the thigh parallel to the floor. Put your weight into the outer back foot, outer edge of your back foot. Soften the throat. Engage the back leg strong. So the front of the leg is reaching to the back of the leg. Bend deeper with the front leg. Face is soft, face is parallel. Extend through your fingertips. And again, really reach with that back leg. Press more into the outside edge of the back foot. Bend deeper. Engage the glutes. Glutes are toning. Exhale, come out. Ay, ay, ay. Turn. You're gonna feel like a new person after this. I promise this is worth it. It hurts, it's hard in the doing, but afterwards, the freedom, the strength, the flexibility. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, 90 degrees. Reach the outside edge of your back foot, press. Exhale, bend deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Engage the front of the knee, thigh to the back of the thigh in your back leg. More length in the spine, deeper. Smooth breathing. Inner shoulders reaching down and back. Exhale. Come up. Slowly walk the feet together. Okay, so don't shake it out. You just did feet together. Big toes touching, heels touching, palms facing forward. You just did a huge dissection from the inside out, throughout the spinal column, throughout the nervous system. Focus your gaze onto one point in front of you. The tendency is to shake it out because we shake it back to what we're used to. Integrate this. Integrate this work. Smooth breathing through your nose. Focus your gaze. Palms forward. Good. Okay. Next part of the sequence. We are going to use a wall if you have it. If you don't have it, then you can use the center room or a chair for support. You can have a block if you need. And what the block does, I'll demonstrate. The block just gives you extra height, so it brings the floor to you. You don't have to have it. So watch first. Left foot facing forward. My left thumb is going to track with that pinky toe directly under my shoulder and begin. So come on out. So left foot is facing the sidewall. Toes are pointed towards the sidewall. Good. You're already going to start getting an external rotation of this front leg, left leg. So inner groin rolling to the front of the thigh rolling to the outer hip. You can even track your toes towards the wall to help you get this extra.
I apologize, Coach Rita. Can you say that one more time? Left foot facing the wall.
Yeah, left foot facing the sidewall. Toes
Okay.
the sidewall.
Toes going to, okay. And then what was I doing with the right?
Right, we'll get there.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I thought I missed something. Cool.
No, it's a good question. So just left foot, left toes are tracking slightly towards the wall, the back wall. To get this external rotation. And now we're gonna bend, drop your hand down and align it with your pinky toe. And your hand, your wrist is just right under your shoulder. Right leg comes up. Again, you can use a block, a prop, a book. I'm gonna just come back in the center so you can see me better. Okay, so left leg, standing leg is getting this external rotation. So inner groin is rolling towards the front of the thigh. Front of the thigh is rolling towards the outer hip. Outer hip is rolling towards the back of the thigh. Again, your toes can be kicked towards the back wall. And then the right leg is reaching up towards the ceiling as much as possible. And then your belly button is twisting up towards the ceiling. Your arm can be up, your arm can be at your hips by the side. If you're looking up towards the ceiling, you can look towards your fingertips. And then if you're at the wall, you're using it for support. Now, your right leg, your leg that's in the air, it's getting an internal rotation. So outer hip rolling towards the front of the thigh rolling towards the inner groin rolling towards the back of the thigh. And yet that standing leg is getting an external rotation. Twist the belly button, twist the belly button. Yes, you probably have trembling, shaking. We're asking new information of the body. Smooth breathing. Smooth breathing. Head can be looking down or up. Exhale, slowly, gently come out. You have that wall for support. Okay, other side. This time, your right toes are facing towards the wall in front of you, slightly tracking towards the side wall, the side wall. Okay, then we're just gonna exhale, drop the right hand in alignment with the pinky toe, thumb underneath your shoulder. Again, you can use a block. The props are here to support us. And external rotation of the standing leg. Internal rotation of the leg in the air. Inhale, if you can take your arm up and look up, do. Left leg reaches higher, 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 higher. Left leg reaches higher, 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 higher. Smooth breathing. This one is a necessity for the low back. All the way up through the neck. And again, you can be looking up or down. Get your weight right over your heel. Smooth breathing. Exhale. Coming down. Switch the feet. Smooth breathing. Working symmetrically. Using that wall for support. Left toes pointing towards the wall in front of you. Exhale, right leg up. Standing leg is getting an external rotation, inner groin rolling towards the front thigh, towards the outer hip. Right leg in the air, internal rotation, outer hip towards the front of the thigh, towards the inner groin. Lengthen, reach through, press through your mounds of your big toes. Foot is flat like you're walking. Toes spreading wide. Inhale, arm up, looking up if you can. Smooth breathing. Keep going for that external rotation of your standing leg. External rotation of standing leg. Reach the right leg higher. Belly button twisting towards the sky. Smooth breathing. Again, the harder it is, soften in your nervous system, soften in your brain. Exhale, coming down. Switch. Right toes pointing towards that wall in front of you. Exhale, drop the right hand down, left leg up. Inhale, navel's rolling towards the ceiling. Exhale, left leg comes higher. Inhale, external rotation of your standing leg. Right leg is externally rotating. Exhale, press through the mounds of your big toes. Reach through your toe tips. Inhale, lengthen through the top of your head. Exhale, external rotation of your arm, your right arm. Inhale, lengthen through the top of the head, lengthen through the bottom of the foot. Exhale if you can, left arm up, looking up. Inhale, get taller, exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, get taller, exhale, twist deeper. You're wringing out all the tissues in the body, along the spine. Inhale, get taller, exhale, twist deeper. Left leg higher. Inhale, external rotation of your standing leg. Exhale, left leg higher. Bend the knee and come down. Good. See, you're starting to get it. So this is going to warm up the whole spinal column through the neck. Left foot, toes facing the back of the wall. Exhale, drop your hand, your left hand. Again, using the wall for support. We'll go back to the same. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, twist your chest, your belly button up towards the ceiling. Inhale, your right leg taller, higher, closer towards the ceiling. Exhale, external rotation of your standing leg, your left leg. Exhale, external rotation of your left arm. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Exhale, right leg higher. Soften the face. Arm up, looking up if you can. Inhale, lengthen through your arms. Exhale, lengthen through your spine. Inhale, come down. Good. Okay, again, you can stand at the wall if you need. Big toes touching, heels touching, palms facing forward. And use that wall for support. Go ahead and walk your heels as close to the wall as you can without falling over. Again, the wall is one of our best props for feedback. You can use a door if you don't have a full wall space. So heels touching as much as possible. Backs of your wrists touching the wall. Scapulas, right scapula, left scapula, touching the wall. Glutes, right glute, left glute, touching the wall. It's feedback, right? Can you tell if one glute is stronger? Is the right glute stronger? Is there a dominant glute? If so, start toning, strengthening the other one. Okay, Now if you can do the back of the head touching. Tailbone descending, heart lifting. Tailbone descending, heart lifting. Good job. Okay, good. Good work. Okay, we're gonna come down to the ground. Okay. So we want to work. Let me make this more visible for you. We really just strengthened and loosened up the spine, right? So now we're going to start opening the heart. So your heels are actually aligned with your two sit bones. Your knees are 2 fists apart. Okay. And then you're going to roll onto your top shoulders. Roll, roll, roll. See how I'm walking? You can watch first. You never want to turn your neck in this pose. So watch first. So knees and hips. Walk, watching first, walking onto the top shoulders. And then my pelvis, my hips are going to release towards my knees. Glutes toning, bring that sacrum up to the ceiling. And then keep watching as I come out, those knees come together and you move micro slow, drawing the glutes away from the head and see how much that pops the heart open. It is a huge heart opening, huge reset for the scapulas. And it resets, it boosts the mood, the inner confidence. So your turn lying on your back, heels and knees about 2 fists apart, palms facing up. Exhale, equal pressure into your feet. Remember, do not turn your head. Equal pressure in your feet, press into the mounds of your big toes. Draw your glutes towards the ceiling, reaching your sacrum towards the ceiling. Walk onto the top of your shoulders. Top of your shoulders. It is the best adjustment for your traps. Good. So this is essentially a warm-up for shoulder balance. So now we're holding equal pressure into your feet, pressing through the mounds of the big toes and your heels. Releasing your inner groin towards your knees, your inner knees. Drawing your glutes, your sacrum to the ceiling. Softening your breath, softening your jaw, softening your center of brow. Breathing through your nose. Palms are still facing up. You're getting an external rotation of your arms. Center brow is soft. Now keep pressing through your feet. Equal pressure in your feet. Equal pressure in your feet. Equal pressure in your feet. To keep lifting, opening, drawing that sacrum towards the ceiling. And then the coming down, remember we talked about coming in and out of the poses, the most important. You're going to keep your knees no wider than 2 fists apart. So knees tracking parallel. Draw your glutes away from your head towards your heels. Your knees slowly start coming towards each other as you lower yourself millimeter by millimeter. Glutes chasing away from your head towards your heels, millimeter by millimeter. It's a dissection of the spine from the inside out. Knees slowly tracking towards each other. And then when you're a millimeter away from the ground, an inch away from the ground, 2 inches away from the ground, just hold. And then keep tracking those glutes away from your head towards your heels. Hold. Literally, you're just hovering above the ground. Knees coming towards each other, and then even a millimeter. And when you're just barely touching, not touching, but touching the floor, see which side of your sacrum lands on the floor first, which side of your glute. Is it level, or does the left butt touch first? You want it level. And then exhale, release to the floor, draw the knees touching, heels kicked out. So that's just phase one. That's heart opening phase one. Again, we're not going to turn our neck in this one. If you have to come out to watch, do. Palms are facing up. Reach through your fingertips. Take a few recovery breaths here. Really breathe deep into the chest cavity. The heart is open, so you're able to access and utilize parts of your lungs that you don't normally use. Breathe into the armpit chest. Now exhale, equal pressure in your feet. Equal pressure in your feet. Remember, coming in and out of the pose is most important. Equal pressure in the feet. You're literally resetting your sacrum right now. Equal pressure in the feet. If you do one side stronger than the other, you're not going to get that resetting of the sacrum. Okay, slowly lift the sacrum towards the ceiling. We're moving millimeter by millimeter. Begin to get that weight on your shoulders. Walking onto the very tops of your shoulders. Rolling the trapezius down and back. Equal pressure in the feet, raising the sacrum to the ceiling. Again, back of your palms, back of your wrists are on the floor, extending through your fingertips. Keep reaching higher and higher. Glutes are toning, sacrum is lifting. Inner groin is reaching to your inner knee. Inner groin reaching to your inner knee. Glutes are toned and activated. Smooth breathing. Soften the jaw. Open the side temples. Press through the mounds of your big toes and your inner heels and the center outside edge of your feet. Reach through your toe tips. Now we're going to slowly, millimeter by millimeter, descend. Moving. The slower you move, the more you're going to get out of it. And slowly lowering the pelvis, rolling the glutes towards the heels away from the head. Rolling, 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 rolling. That's what's going to open the heart. Roll the glutes away from the head towards the heels. Knees slowly come together. Heart opens. External rotation on your arms. You're hovering. You're hovering. Glutes rolling towards your heels, rolling towards your heels, rolling towards your heels to get the heart open. External rotation in your upper arms. Knees slowly come together. You're hovering now, a millimeter above the floor, touching but not touching. Which glute touches, which side of the sacrum touches. Get that pelvis level. And then as your weight comes into your sacrum, draw your knees together. Heart is open. Roll your armpit chest towards your forehead. Lift your center sternum towards your chin. Lengthen the back of the neck. Your face is parallel with the ceiling. Armpit chest lifting. Sternum lifting. Reach through all 10 fingertips, all 10 toe tips. Press through the mounds of your big toes, your inner heels. Roll your top shoulders down your back. Your pelvis is on the floor at this point. You're still just actively working through what you received from the setup of that pose. So just feel how open your heart is. And notice how much muscular training it takes to support the spine in this heart opening. So heart opening is something you have to physically work for. It is not a passive action. It's earned through hard work, sweat. Okay, we're gonna do one more round. Calm the nervous system by softening the breath. Inhale, press into your feet. Start toning the glutes. And again, we're going to work millimeter by millimeter. So equal pressure in your feet to barely raise your sacrum off the ground. Glutes chasing towards your heels. Chasing towards your heels, chasing towards your heels, chasing towards your heels. As you slowly raise your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Millimeter by millimeter. Slow. 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 Slower than you think. Reaching through the fingertips, equal pressure in the feet, face parallel with the ceiling, millimeter by millimeter, raising the pelvis towards the ceiling, reaching the sacrum higher and higher towards the ceiling till you're on the tops of your shoulders. Equal pressure in your feet. Glutes are actively toned. Navel towards the spine, heart opening. Soften the breath. You want to get to the point where a pose that would normally feel like a ton of effort feels restorative. And that comes through your breath. Fingertips reaching towards your heels, sacrum reaching towards the ceiling, walking on top of your shoulders, jaw releasing, softening, center brow softening. Release your inner groin towards your inner knee, navel to the spine. Glutes are just charging, we're toning here. We want to activate the glutes so that we can have stability in the sacrum and the low back and the pelvis. So that we can have that heart opening, fingertips reaching, inner groin reaching towards your inner knee. Now we're going to work slowly on the descend. So millimeter by millimeter. Keep drawing your glutes towards your heels, towards your knees. Glutes towards your knees, towards your knees, towards your knees, towards your knees. Tailbone extending, lengthening towards your feet. And you are going as slow as humanly possible. Release the tailbone. Glutes releasing towards the heels. Millimeter by millimeter. Knees gently tracking towards each other. Equal pressure in your feet. And then you're hovering just a few millimeters. Pelvis above the floor. Hovering. Find that tracking. Find that coordination. Micro movements. And then, again, you're barely touching the floor. Which glute, which side of your pelvis, which side of your sacrum touches first, get it even. As you release your weight to the floor, the knees come together. And the heart opens. Again, your face is parallel with the ceiling. Jaw soft, eyeballs soft, brain soft. Smooth breathing through your nose. Go ahead and focus on the ceiling, keeping your eyes open. One point of focus, focusing the brain. Really come into this present moment. So feel your feet on the floor. Feel your knees gently touching. Feel your pelvis on the floor. The back of your wrists on the floor. The back of your head on the floor. Align your center heart, your center sternum with your center chin. Center heart, center sternum, lifting towards your chin. Top shoulders rolling down your back. Okay, we've done so much work to get to this point. We're just starting to open the channels along the spine, getting that circulation, that flow, that tissue connectivity. So if you're able, we'll do one more round. Otherwise, just stay resting in a restorative pose here, maintaining what you've received, keeping that opening. Otherwise, press your feet evenly. Remember, millimeter by millimeter micro movements. Equal pressure in your feet. I'm not even off the ground yet. A millimeter up, pressing towards the ceiling. Pelvis rising slowly. Again, your knees are hips width apart or 2 fists apart. Rolling onto the tops of your shoulders, extending your fingertips towards your heels. Equal pressure in your feet to rise your sacrum to the ceiling. Glutes are toning and engaged. Focus your gaze on the ceiling, one point of focus. Make sure that you're on the tops of your shoulders. Toes are pointing forward. Press through the mounds of your big toes and your inner heels. Press your feet downwards to rise your glutes towards the ceiling. Sacrum lifting, sacrum lifting, sacrum lifting, sacrum lifting. Rolling the top shoulders down and back. Inner groin reaching towards your inner knee. Navel to your spine. Jaw is soft. Center brow is soft. Now we're going to make the slow descend. So extend through your fingertips longer. Slowly drawing your knees, tracking towards each other. Reaching the glutes towards your toe tips. Glutes chasing towards your knees, towards your toe tips. Millimeter by millimeter drawing towards the floor. Glutes chasing, glutes chasing, glutes chasing, glutes chasing, knees tracking towards each other. Equal pressure in your feet. Equal pressure in your wrists. Keep drawing the glutes away from your head. It's as though you have an alligator tail and it's being pulled. Tailbone releasing away from your head. Hold an inch above the floor. Just focusing on that equal pressure of your feet. Glutes releasing away from your head. Hold a millimeter above the floor. Equal pressure in your feet. Glutes tracking away from your head towards your heels. Pulling that alligator tail. Knees come together as the weight comes into the pelvis. Heart open. Keep your eyes open, focused on a point on the ceiling. Now go ahead and just use this capacity that you built. So your lungs, your rib cage are open at a whole new capacity. So use a slow inhalation through your nose to fill your entire rib cage to the top of your shoulders. Moving again, millimeter by millimeter, a slow inhalation. Pause when you get to the top of your inhale and the normal breathing. Again, just equal pressure on your pelvis, equal pressure on your feet, equal pressure in your wrists, normal breathing. Draw your navel to your spine. Align your center chin with your center heart. And this time we're going to do normal breathing and then a slow, smooth, steady exhale through your nose. Pause and normal breathing. So normal breath, slow, steady exhale through your nose. Pause, normal breathing. Good, and then gently roll out to your side. Coming up to seated. Mm. Okay. You just reached the top of the hour. Palms to your heart, elbows weighted, eyes closed, chin towards your heart. So notice how your spine is long from all that work that you did. New circulation and blood flow throughout the spine, behind the heart, opening the tissues of the shoulders and the neck. And then the forehead is released downwards, chin is released towards the heart, palms are together, centering, balancing for the brain. Palms up, find that length, that extension. So equal weight in your sit bones, pelvis is level, lifting, reaching through the center top of your head towards the ceiling. Center sternum lifting upwards and forwards. Top shoulder rolling down and back. So this class was a training and coming home to your true posture. And notice how much work it took to get there. And just notice how it feels. So you want to keep this work, you want to keep this training. The only way to do that is to remember how this feels. Armpit, chest open, spine strong, face and brain soft, shoulders releasing, tracking downwards. So we do all the poses to train the body how to live so that we can just live at that full capacity. And then we come back to the practice because we forget. And then we keep training until it becomes the baseline. All right, go work, palms together. Thank you so much for being here. Love you all. Post any questions in the chat. And we'll see you guys next week. or reflections. Love you.
Love you
Bye.
all. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, you too. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.